Hi there, and welcome to the second video in this first steps module. This video I'm just going to be looking at how we get the guitar in tune. Obviously before you start playing it, you've got to make sure that the guitar is in tune. I see a lot of students when they're first starting, they actually struggle with the tuning bit. They've learnt a few chords, but actually when it slips out of tune they can't put it back in again. It's really important that as a player you're able to keep the guitar in tune. What I'll do first of all is go through the strings so you know what the notes are and you can hear the notes, and then I'll show you some of the techniques you can use to keep it in tune. So the very top string here is the first string. That's an E note. Then as we move down, the second string is a B note. Then the third string is a G note. Fourth string is a D note. Fifth string is an A note. And then our lowest string, the sixth string, is another E. There we go, it was out of tune. You can hear this note. It's the same. Now to keep a guitar in tune, the first thing you need is some kind of reference. So you can get tuners, you can get apps on your iPhones, you can get tuning forks to give you a note. What some people do is they will just take a guitar and you can tune it within itself, so it might not actually be to concert pitch. This is tuned to concert pitch, which is A440. The reason it's called A440 is because an A note vibrates 440 times a second. 440 hertz is the number of vibrations a second that a note has. So your A string vibrating at 440 times a second, or multiples thereof. So it might be 880, or if that's an octave higher, that's going to be vibrating at double A440. You can use a tuner. Here's a tuner. This is the Planet Waves tuner. When you switch it on, it actually tells you A440. Now you can change that, so you can make that A430 if you wanted to. Obviously it's really important that the whole of the band is tuned to exactly the same. So what this will do is, if I play a note, it will tell me it's in A, and it will tell me it's tuned to pitch, with the green at the top. If I make that note slightly flat, you can see that needs to come round. It's now back in tune again. Okay. So you can buy tuners. They're not expensive. This particular one is one of the better ones on the market. You can also use it as a metronome and various other things as well. Fundamentally, what you want to be able to do is take a guitar from being out of tune and put it in tune. So if I just randomly change some of these, so I know that I haven't changed this one, so I know that this E is right, but the rest of it is fairly revolting, so I need to get that into tune. The first technique is to find the A note, because the next string is an A. So if I find the A note on the E string, I need to make that string the same. So that's slightly sharp. Up and down again. If you keep those two strings vibrating, as you change the tuning head, you can actually hear it get into tune. So we now know that the A is in tune. To get the D in tune, again, it's the 5th fret on the A string is a D note. So I know that that is what that should sound like. exactly the same pattern. On the D string, it's the 5th fret of the D string is a G note. When you get to tuning the B string, the pattern changes slightly because a B note on the G string is actually on the 4th fret. So for the G string, we need to try the 4th fret. Oops, I just have to get it right. Okay, and then the top E string, we're back to the 5th fret on the B string. Back in tune. Okay. So while we can use a tuner, actually if you can do that yourself, you can take a guitar and tune any guitar. If you haven't got a reference note, you'll reach the stage eventually where in your head you'll kind of know what an E sounds like. So you'll be able to put new strings on a guitar and tune it pretty much to pitch. There's a couple of nice chords that I use just to check whether I'm in tune. So there's one up here where I'll actually play an open E string, the 9th fret, sorry, the 7th fret on the A string is an E. Okay. And then the 9th fret on the D string and the 9th fret on the G string. And the top 2 strings open. Those 2 notes are the same. If that sounds right, the guitar's in tune. If I slightly change one, you can hear straight away that something's not right. You get that until there's no fight between the notes. So you hear that sharp? That's what I do to check afterwards. So you go through doing it like that. 5th, 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 4th, 5th, and check it here. That helps me to know that I'm in tune because I've got less notes there. Because I'm playing a lot of notes are the same. It just helps me to know that I'm in tune. That's the fundamental method of tuning. So for reference, I'll just go through the strings once again. We've got the E string, E string, E string, E string, A string, and E string. Okay, so now your guitar's in tune. On the next video, we'll go through learning just a really basic scale, so we're actually making something that sounds a bit like music coming out of it. Okay, I'll see you next time. Feel free to go to the website www.myguitarteacher.co.uk or check out the other videos on YouTube. Okay, thanks, see you next time.